Hello everyone, as you can see, this format for this reading is going to be a little different. The first two books I read were hard copies, and the rest I will be reading will be all digital, so I'll be reading them off the computer, and I hope that you enjoy, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the books that I'm reading for you guys. So I'm going to be reading Benito to the Rescue, written by Brooke Welsh and illustrated by Fred Lang, so I hope you guys enjoy. First page, there we go. There are so many dogs, Gabriella giggled with delight as she searched for pets on the Paws adoption website. The dogs were big, tall, spotted, and small. Dogs of all shapes and sizes appeared on her computer screen. A fierce dog with pointy teeth and a spiky collar. A dirty dog, with a missing tail and sad eyes. Skinny greyhounds, fluffy golden retrievers, tiny terriers, and curly poodles all needed safe and loving homes. Gabby's eyes lit up when she saw a scruffy cocker spaniel named Blessing. The description read, Blessing, 2 years old, male, quiet, good with kids. Benito, she explained in her native Spanish language. Maybe he would be her blessing. It was only a month since Gabriella's family moved from the large city of Lima, Peru, to Lamont, Pennsylvania for her dad's new university job. Lima, the capital of Peru, is located in South America, about 8 miles from the Pacific Ocean. Lamont, on the other hand, is a small town in central Pennsylvania, surrounded by farmland and forests. Gabby's world changed overnight. Gabby felt very homesick. She missed her old school, friends, and the bustling city of Lima. During recess, her mind wandered to the pictures of the dogs she had found on the Paws website. Maybe she could go to Paws today. She began to feel comfort at the thought, until a group of girls approached her. Gabriella, where'd you get that stupid accent and silly outfit? As they walked away, she heard another girl whisper, I didn't know it was Halloween already. They all burst into laughter. That's not nice. Gabby felt hot tears running down her face. She was having a hard time making friends at her new school. She was afraid she would never fit in here. Finally, the school bell rang. As soon as she got home, she burst through the door into her dad's open arms. Poppy, I need a friend, she sniffed. Can we go to Paws to get a rescue dog? Absolutamente, he said emphatically. That was just what they would do. Walking into Paws was like stepping into another world, a feeling that Gabriella had a lot lately. Her mood changed immediately. Oh, the smells, the sounds. She was greeted with howling, squealing, barking, and growling. Gabby's dad spoke quietly with the staff. He explained how his daughter needed a gentle dog who would make a good friend. We went to visit a few dogs, but she has her eye on one dog named Blessing. A volunteer arrived and escorted him down a long hallway. Pleading eyes looked back at them through cages and fences. Each dog seemed to say, pick me. They first were introduced to a blue-eyed husky. Gabby tugged on the dog's leash as he yipped and yapped. Suddenly, the husky leaped forward and Gabby landed on the ground. Her dad grabbed her hand, pulling her up. He hastily suggested they move along. They were led to a smaller cage. The volunteer unlocked the door and picked up a scruffy cocker spaniel. Looking at them through droopy eyes, the animal did not make a sound. He was shaking all over. Do you know who this dog is? Asked the volunteer. Gabby knew right away it must be Blessing. She looked at her dad with excitement. Benito! She sunk her fingers into the dog's soft fur. It was softer than her softest blanket. She giggled in delight. Scrubbing back to the ground, Blessing darted right into the water dish, slipped and landed in a heap. Gabby's giggle turned into a loud laughter. Poppy, I like him. Can we take him home? Gabby's dad reminded her this would be her dog. That meant she would feed, walk, brush, and play with him. But she already loved him and was ready to do whatever was necessary to give Blessing, whom she would call Benito, a nice new home. After finishing up the paperwork, they were ready to take Benito home. On the way home, Benito wiggled and panted nervously. Or was he simply excited to have a new home? Her dad explained the dog was probably still a bit anxious, and it would take Gabriella and Benito time to get to know and trust one another. Gabby and her dad stopped at the pet store on the way home. The brushes, dog food, treats, and bed took all of her allowance money, but she knew it would be worth every penny. Gabby and her father arrived home. Mom, meet Benito! She unleashed Benito, who started pacing around their own. Her mom looked a little concerned. She reminded Gabriella that many of the pets that come out of shelters are abused or neglected and are often nervous and skittish. Benito would require a lot of patience. Let's make a daily to-do list for Benito, her mom suggested. I can do this, Gabby said confidently with a smile on her face. At bedtime, she set her alarm extra early to take care of Benito before school. But before morning arrived, Gabby woke up to a loud coughing sound. Startled, she ran to Benito to see what was wrong. Gabby thought she'd better wake up her parents. After comforting Benito, her dad tucked her back into bed and said they would schedule an appointment with a veterinarian in the morning. Beep, beep, beep. Gabby woke up to the beep, beep, beep sound of her alarm. She yawned and stretched. Suddenly, she remembered she had to walk Benito before school. Jumping out of bed, she found a puddle on the floor. She frowned and leashed him as he coughed. How could she feed, walk, and clean up after him without being late for school? Gabby was late. Very late. She tried to sneak into her seat without being noticed. All day, she felt like everyone was staring at her. Before lunch, she heard Emily and Rachel whispering, laughing. Look, she doesn't even brush her hair, Emily said, flipping her blonde ponytail. Rachel giggled. I bet she couldn't get a brush through her horse mane anyway. And her socks don't match. They exploded in laughter. That's mean. Gabby was in such a hurry, she hadn't paid much attention to details. The girls already teased her about her accident and her clothes. She felt her face get hot and turn red. Why couldn't she have beautiful curly red hair like Rachel or straight blonde hair like Emily? She felt ashamed of who she was. She was relieved when it was finally time to get home. She was greeted by Benito coughing. It was time to go to the vet. Gabriella and her dad entered the waiting room with Benito fidgeting and coughing by their side. The vet appeared and asked Gabby how she was enjoying her new dog. He made me late for school today because I had to clean up his mess. He woke me up in the middle of the night with a bad cough. I didn't sleep well. And I was late for school. The kids were laughing at me because my socks didn't match. Gabby was near tears. Not quite knowing what to say, the vet started the checkup. He weighed Benito and took an x-ray. He explained that Benito's cough was from his enlarged heart, and he also had poor vision and was partially deaf. And Benito is not 2. I checked his teeth. I'm guessing he is 9 years old, which is like 63-year-old human. Benito would need to take 1 pill a day and peanut butter for his heart and go outside more frequently to prevent messes on the floor. Finally, the vet whispered, Don't give up. Sometimes these adopted animals take a lot of care. I believe he will be a good friend. Be patient with him. You will find that all the good things outweigh the bad. Gabriella started to wonder if adopting Benito was such a great idea after all. This was a lot more work than she imagined. The weeks passed by, and she followed Benito's revised care list. Some days were frustrating. Benito would make a mess on the floor or step in his bowl, spilling water everywhere. Most days, he paced around the house anxiously. She wondered what happened in Benito's past to make him so nervous. When Benito seemed afraid, Gabby spoke kindly to him as she brushed him. He would look at her with his droopy eyes as if he were telling her thank you. At those times, she was glad she adopted him. The next day at school, the teacher explained that the following week was show and tell. The redheaded girl, Rachel, said she would bring in her telescope that she used to stargaze, and the boy next to her said he would bring his violin. Great ideas, said their teacher. The girls called out, Hey, Gabriella, why don't you bring your poncho? You can tell us why you wear that ugly thing. After school, Gabby was so upset that she ran out of the school door, down the alley, and straight home. Opening the front door, she called for Benito. She threw her hands into his sofa and sobbed and sobbed. To her amazement, Benito did not move. He just stood there, panting softly. It's like he understood how she felt. Benito, they think I dress funny. They make fun of my accent. They don't like me at all. Benito looked at Gabby with sad, droopy eyes. He sat beside her for a long, long time and didn't even get up to pace. He just kept on panting softly next to her. Gabby felt comforted. Benito, did the other dogs make fun of you because you never barked? Did they laugh at you because your fur was scruffy? Gabby looked at Benito for a long time, and to her surprise, the tears stopped falling as she started to calm down. Gabriella's mother found her sleeping soundly with her head resting on Benito's side. "Gabriella, dear," her mom nudged her awake. Gabby told her mom about her rotten day. Her mom comforted her, saying it must have felt horrible when the girls teased her, just because she dressed and acted a little differently. She reminded her that the girls have never actually gotten to know her. "When they do, they will realize how awesome you are," her mom said. "You are a special and unique. This is only one Gabriella, just like there is only one Benito." Gabby's mom pointed to Benito. "Look at Benito. We don't really know where he's from or what he has gone through. He paces a lot and is very nervous. We don't know why. Maybe his past owner really hurt him, and he will be scared of people until he can learn to trust. But look, he is learning to trust you. He sat beside you today while you cried and slept." Gabby pondered this. "Mama, I will take Benito to show and tell next week." A week passed by and things had calmed down a little at school. The girls had a talk with the teacher. It didn't stop them from whispering and giving Gabriella mean looks. But at least things were quieter. Today was show and tell. "Gabriella, don't you have something to show us today?" the teacher asked. Gabriella got out of her seat, went to the door. Her dad was outside just as they planned, walking with Benito on his leash. "Yes, my dog Benito." The children gasped with delight when they saw him. "The name Benito means blessing in Spanish," said Gabriella. Both Gabby and Benito wore matching ponchos. She explained to her classmates that Benito was a Cocker Spaniel mixed dog she rescued from Paws. She said Benito was really nervous when she first adopted him. But as he learned to trust her, he was settling down. "He is nervous many days, and especially today, because he doesn't know if he can trust all of you yet," Gabby said. "Trust is something that's earned. We learn to trust people when they are kind to us and follow through with what they promise. I have learned to trust Benito, and he is learning to trust me as I take care of him and love him." "Today we are both wearing ponchos," Gabrielle continued. "I was born in Lima, Peru, South America, where people speak Spanish and often wear ponchos woven from the wool of llamas, alpacas, or sheep. Each region has its own colors, patterns, and traditions. These are mine." All of a sudden, she heard the students bursting into laughter. Gabby thought they were making fun of her again, but they were pointing at Benito, who was tangled up in his poncho. Gabriella started laughing too. She invited the students to come up and meet Benito. Emily and Rachel looked at her cautiously. They started asking her questions for the first time about Benito and her poncho. "That poncho is kind of pretty," said Emily. Gabriella wasn't sure if they would ever become good friends, but for the first time, Emily and Rachel were being kind. That evening, Gabby sat down with Benito. She gave him a big hug and said, "Thank you, Benito, for being a blessing. Thank you for teaching me to accept who I am. Thank you for being my friend when I needed one. Maybe it wasn't me who rescued you, but you who rescued me." Wow. What a good book. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope everyone's doing well, and I will have another book coming up soon. See you guys.